You presumed that when you saw me as a Black patient laying in that bed, that my life was less important.
You're listening to maternal expert and attorney Bianca Dickerson-Williams. She's a mother who suffered catastrophic life-altering injuries during the delivery of her second child. She's now speaking out, and she wants to help Black mothers all over the country.
And whether you thought about it or not, your level of care and treatment for me went down. Is that deliberate or is that not deliberate? I think that, we have to have these conversations, because as a byproduct of that is that we're walking in and we've made judgments now about this particular individual. And those judgments that we've made, whether we were intending to do them or not, have caused our death rates and our injury rates to skyrocket, and we're the only race that's up there. So what does that mean? How do we then explain the statistical data coming out of the Center for Disease Control and the Department of Health and Human Services? We're 6 times more likely to die or be injured in childbirth.
Black women are more likely to die or be injured in the delivery room than any other race. We are at war in the delivery room in hospitals all across America. We wanted to bring this to light, and Bianca Dickerson-Williams wants you to call her 310-579-9896. That's 310-579-9896. This is a crisis, and if you need to talk to somebody, talk to Bianca. 310-579-9896.
This is the G Podcast Daily.
Hey, today is Tuesday, October 10th. It's Tune Up Tuesday, and this is the G Podcast Daily. 5 minutes of news and knowledge to get you through your day. Let's get it.
Start the clock.
And on this day,
in 1901, the founder of the United Negro College Fund, Frederick Douglass Patterson, was born in Washington, D.C. In 1917, jazz legend Thelonius Monk was born in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. In 1938, George Gershwin's Porgy and Bess premiered in New York. And in 1946, dancer and actor Ben Vereen was born in Laurinburg, North Carolina.
Here's news from UNN with Alexander Caden.
This is UNN, Urban Network News, national news and information for one of our people of color. I'm Alexander Caden. 2 people were wounded in the shooting on the campus of Bowie State University in Maryland on Saturday night. The incident comes after a shooting last Tuesday on the campus of Morgan State University, an HBCU in Baltimore, less than an hour away from Bowie State. Something needs to be done about guns in the community. Black children and teens are dying at an alarming rate due to gun violence. According to recent data published by the Centers for Disease Control, in 2021, black kids and teens bore the brunt of America's firearm crisis. 17 in 100,000 black children died from gun-related incidents in 2021, compared to 3 in 100,000 white children, or 1 in 100,000 Asian children. The unemployment rate for African Americans fell to the lowest ever recorded in U.S. history. According to data provided by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the black unemployment rate is at 5%, plunging more than half of a percentage point. Generally, the black unemployment rate has hovered between 5.7 and 6%. The unemployment rate for black women was also at a record low.
If you have diabetes, then you know the pain and trouble of pricking your finger. But you can stop that. Just visit our website at myunn.net for more information. That's myunn.net.
Boston University has joined the growing list of higher education institutions with black leaders. The city's largest university announced that Dr. Melissa Gilliam will become the next president, making her the first black woman to hold the position. The Daily Show is about to suffer another big-name departure after losing Trevor Noah. Roy Wood Jr., a veteran correspondent on Comedy Central's late-night comedy news series, is leaving the show after 8 years. You've been listening to UNN. For more national news and information for and about people of color, visit our website at myunn.net.
Here's a clip from episode 196, Homecoming 2023, out this week.
Your G clip of the day.
Hey, the other thing I thought was genius, and I do think, and I have to let me give him some love on this, man. Because I come on and sometimes I'm a little harsh. The student loan fixes are brilliant. I got to give it to him. He figured it out. And this week, they announced that an additional 125,000 Americans have been approved for $9 billion in debt relief through the fixes the U.S. Department of Education has made to income-driven repayment, IDR, and public service loan forgiveness, PSLF. You guys who have benefited know what that's all about, and granting automatic relief for borrowers and total permanent, and those with permanent disabilities. And check this out, Talib. I mean, to date, it brings the total debt cancellation to $127 billion with a B.
Listen to This is the G podcast and subscribe. All links at castropolis.net. It's Tune Up Tuesday.
Listening is an essential skill. It allows us to build better relationships. It also helps us to learn new things and solve problems. Here are 5 tips from Entrepreneurs Magazine for effective listening. 1, open your body language. Make eye contact, nod your head, and lean in slightly to show that you're interested in what the other person has to say. 2, stay engaged. Avoid fidgeting or checking your phone. Instead, focus on the speaker and what they're saying. 3, resist the urge to interrupt. Let the speaker finish their thought before you respond. 4, ask questions. This shows that you're listening and that you're interested in what the other person has to say. It also helps you clarify any points that you may not have understood. And 5, practice empathetic listening. Try to see things from the other person's perspective and understand their feelings. By following these tips, you can become a better listener and improve your relationships with others. That's your Tune Up Tuesday for October 10th, 2023. Thanks for stopping by. This is the G Podcast Daily, news and knowledge to help you get through your Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. Have a great day.
You've been listening to This is the G Podcast. This is the G Podcast is a production of the Castropolis Podcast Network. Thanks for listening.